Hey, what's up guys, it's Adam from Boost HD here, and today we're going to be talking about PPI. And no, I'm not talking about payment protection insurance, I'm sure you're probably aware of by now, but I'm actually going to be talking about resolution PPI in terms of pixels per inch. Now, of course, if you live in Europe, you might be more familiar with PPCM, which is pixels per centimeter. But since a lot of screen diameter tends to be measured in inches, most of us tend to use PPI anyway. So without any further ado, guys, this is going to be PPI explained. So let's jump straight into it.
You're watching Boost HD with your host, Adam Lubin.
So viewing distance also plays a major role in PPI. So I'm also going to be making reference to that during the course of this video. Okay, so the main reason people want to gain an understanding of PPI is so they can work out the pixel density on the display that they're using. So let's start off with something like a smartphone or a phablet with a 6-inch display or under. So the display that we can expect to see values around about 440 PPI, which is fairly high, but then again we have to consider that when you're using your smartphone, you're going to be using it inches away from your face, and you really don't want to see the pixels, you really don't want to be able to distinguish the pixels within the display. So that is why smartphones and phablets need to have a fairly high PPI. So whilst on the actual topic of smartphones, I'm going to go ahead and throw you a curved ball and mention the word retina. So I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the term retina, especially from Apple's side. And retina basically determines that a display that has over 220 PPI. And they basically justify that at that kind of pixel density, your actual retina cannot distinguish the pixels on the display. So basically when you hear the term retina, it's basically just saying that the display has over, or roundabouts, give or take, 220 PPI or over. So that is pretty much the term retina display. So moving on to larger devices such as tablets and larger phones, maybe under about 10 inches, we can expect to see around 240 PPI. Again, fairly high, but it doesn't need to be as high as, say, a smartphone or a phablet, because we're not going to be using the device as close to our face as we would with the phone, but we still want to see a crisp image because, again, it's only going to be a matter of inches when using the device away from our face. So we need to still have a fairly high PPI, but just not as high as you would see on a smartphone. So moving on to the more desk-mounted displays such as monitors and laptop displays, we can again see a massive decrease in PPI. But that's justified because we're going to be sitting a few feet away from the display as opposed to a few inches, so we can afford for the pixel density to drop to a certain level. So at around 22 inches 1080p, we can expect to see around 100 PPI. Shift that up to 27 inches and we can see around 80 PPI. But if we go ahead and get a 2560 by 1440p display at 27 inches, we can expect to see around 108 PPI. As for laptop displays at 1080p, although there are very few and far between at say about 15 inches, we can expect to see around 146 PPI with that display. So of course the most common large display size that is out there is TV. So your average 42-inch TV at 1080p is going to give you a PPI value of around about 50. So as the size of your TV increases, as does the PPI start to decrease. So maybe a 60-inch TV will give you a PPI of around about 30 PPI, and that'll continue to decrease as you increase the size of your TV whilst keeping the resolution at 1080p. And it will get to a certain point where 1080p cannot handle those screen sizes, and you have to start to consider large resolutions such as 2.5K and 4K. So there is a formula for PPI, but I'm not going to go ahead and bore you by saying something like, if y equals 2 minus c, find the value of x. I'm just going to go and give you a link in the description below. It'll be the first link below that live one to tell you a formula where you just automatically punch in your resolution and your screen size, and it'll give you your PPI there and then. So anyway guys, it's been Adam from Boost HD here. If you did enjoy the video, then don't forget to hit that like button down below and subscribe if this is your first time to the channel. So anyway guys, thank you for watching. Take care, and of course, I'll see you guys in the next tech video. Bye for now.